Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Courtney Hurst, President of the Board of Trustees at the Pilgrim Monument and Provincetown Museum. When we decided to host a gala as part of the Provincetown 400 commemoration, we pictured ourselves up on the lawn on a warm summer night, Mayflower 2 in our harbor, drinks in our hand, dinner, dancing. It would have been a lovely night. Instead, we're in our houses, probably in more comfortable clothes, looking at screens. You might be drinking, you might even be planning on some dancing later, but it won't be on a packed dance floor with all of our friends. Needless to say, the evening is different than what we had originally planned, and you know what? I couldn't be happier about it. Before I get into why I couldn't be happier about it, I'll take a moment, as we do at the start of each P400 event, to share the following acknowledgement. We convene this Provincetown 400 virtual gala by acknowledging the Wampanoag people of the past and of the present who are among us, and their heritage as the Indigenous people of this land. While we cannot undo the mistakes of the past, we have a responsibility to acknowledge them and work toward a continually better future. So as the vision for tonight's gala shifted away from dinner, drinks, and a dance floor, and toward the sharing of our new exhibit, it became clear that, like other times in 2020, we had the chance to shift our focus onto what really matters. Not the glitz and glamour of a gala, but the more powerful opportunity to raise awareness for our new exhibit and for PMPM's mission to tell a more accurate, less whitewashed telling of Provincetown's history. That's why we're here tonight, right? We love Provincetown, and the monument is a symbol of Provincetown. It's a symbol of acceptance, diversity, and freedom for so many. As an organization, we are proud of that. And as an organization, we realize there is a responsibility to promote the ideals of acceptance, diversity, and freedom, which today, in 2020, is more important than ever. 2020. Up here at PMPM, we knew it would be a big year. We knew it would be a memorable one. But we thought it would be memorable because of P400 and the completion of our Bradford Access project. Obviously, the year headed in a much different direction, to say the least. But as 2020 threw curveballs, we found unexpected ways to step up and step into our mission. In the wake of George Floyd's murder, we went dark at the monument for 9 nights to represent the close to 9 minutes that Mr. Floyd was on the ground. As an institution, we knew we had to cast a light on these kind of injustices that aim to obliterate what we hold so dear: acceptance, diversity, and freedom. Weeks later, we decided to bathe the monument in red light to send a signal to our essential workers that Provincetown is with them and that we support them. We understand that the monument is a beacon, and we intend to use it for the highest good of this community. Provincetown's history of being a safe harbor for so many types of pilgrims for the last 400 years deserves a voice in our national narrative. The Mayflower Pilgrims were the first pilgrims to arrive on our shores, but since those pilgrims arrived, many, many have followed. As a board, we're brainstorming ways to tell the stories of all these pilgrims and to update the museum to tell a more accurate, chronological, and relevant story about Provincetown's history and its impact on the nation's history. Case by case, exhibit by exhibit, wing by wing, we will get it right. And part of getting it right is to acknowledge what we got wrong, which is why we now acknowledge more fully that Provincetown's story didn't begin with the Mayflower Pilgrims. It didn't begin there because, well, there were already people on our shores, the Wampanoag people. They were living and working and raising families. And the way the Wampanoag people were treated upon the Pilgrims' arrival is not what the history books or even what our museum had portrayed. So we changed it. We tore down the inaccurate exhibit, and for the first time in decades, we built a new permanent exhibit called Our Story, which shares the story of the Wampanoag people who were here before the Pilgrims arrived. So tonight, we'll shine a spotlight on the very, very beginning of Provincetown. We'll share the exhibit with you, and we'll introduce you to Paula Peters of the Wampanoag people, who with her son, Stephen Peters, have worked tirelessly with us to get the story right. We thank them, and we thank you for being here. And we hope you consider donating if you haven't already. If we're going to continue to build the monument so it can include all of Provincetown's story, then we need resources to help us maintain our campus, including the monument, while also investing in the museum to share our mission and to educate people about Provincetown's place in the national narrative. We make strides to this end each and every day. We hope that tonight you'll donate so that you can help us keep moving forward towards our mission. And now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our MC of the evening, our very own Dr. K. David Widener, and I'll see you a little later. Enjoy.